something just a little different. Now we're actually going to take these fractions and you're going to tell me what x equals. So at the end of the problem now, you shouldn't have a fraction as your answer. You should have x equals whatever my answer is, okay? So what number basically could I plug in for x that makes all this true? That's what I'm looking for now. So I want you to get out of the habit of, I need to have a fraction left over, all right, like we did yesterday. I need x equals this at the end of my problem. All right, so here's the first one. We got two fractions on the left, one on the right. First thing we need to get rid of the denominators. Okay, we need to get rid of the denominator, so there's just something that you can solve. So if I got rid of the denominator, let's just say I got rid of the denominators right now. Could you guys solve that for x? X plus 2 minus 4 equals 5. Could you solve that? Yeah, that's an pre-algebra 1 equation you could solve. So that's what we're going to try to do is get rid of the denominators. How do I get rid of the denominators? First thing you're going to do, multiply every fraction by the common denominator. Multiply every fraction by the common denominator. All right, here we go. So we got to find what the common denominator is here. Is there something in common already between the denominators? What is it? Okay, x minus 2. So that'll be in there. And as you remember, you got to tell me what's in common and the leftovers, which would be what's left over? 3. So let's put the two together. What's your common denominator here? Well, don't distribute though. I don't need you to distribute. It's just what? 3 times x minus 2. Everybody all right here? I'm just going to make a note of it. So my common denominator here is 3 times x minus 2. Stop. I'm serious. Are we okay on how I got that? Because that's the toughest part, I think, what the common denominator is. You take what's in common, which is x minus 2. That's here. And then you got to rewrite what's left over, which is my 3. All right, now we're going to multiply every single fraction by that. Ready? I'm going to do it one by one. So this first fraction is going to get multiplied by 3 times x minus 2. What can cross out that's on the top and on the bottom? Everyone, what's on top and what's on the bottom that can cross out? Does everyone see x minus 2, denominator gone. That's what you want. You want the denominator eliminated. So what am I going to end up multiplying x plus 2 by? 3. Okay, so go ahead and distribute. And we're left with 3x plus 6. No denominator. Why not? It canceled out. All right, so that's it. 3x plus 6. I'm done. Denominator canceled out. All good. Next. What's my next fraction? Okay, so ready? Everyone multiply it by your common denominator, which was 3 times x minus 2. What's going to cancel on the top and bottom now? See how the denominators are being eliminated? Gone, gone. What are the two things you're going to multiply now? The x minus 2, now be careful, not 4, but negative 4. So I need to distribute a negative 4 to x minus 2. I'm multiplying every fraction by the common denominator, crossing out and multiplying. So ready? What's next? Minus 4x plus 8. Done. No more denominator because you canceled it out. Equals. Multiply the final fraction by your common denominator. 3 times. What's going to cancel out now? Gone. Gone. What are you multiplying the 5 by? 3. So you end up with? Can you guys solve that? I hope so. I can't help you there. I can't help you here. So you are going to multiply all the fractions by the common denominator. So you eliminate all the original denominators there. They should always be gone. All right, here you go. 7x, or excuse me, negative x plus 14 equals 15. Negative x equals 1. What are you doing last step here? Divide by negative 1. So my answer is x equals negative 1. Maybe. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Maybe. And I know, look, when it says and check, usually that means optional to you guys. Not anymore. That's not optional. Sorry, that's not optional. You will check it for a certain reason coming up later on. Okay, how do I want you to check it? That's what your calculators are for now. Okay, I don't need to see a check here. All right, I don't need to see it, but I need you to do it in your calculator, and it goes very quickly. Ready, take out your calculator. I'm going to show you a button that's going to probably pass the Regents for you if you can use it correctly. What do we get for, what do we think the answer is? Negative 1. All right, so we're going to plug in negative 1 for x in our calculator. So everyone hit your negative 1. Make sure you hit the negative sign, not the subtraction sign. Negative 1. And I don't know if you're ever familiar with this button, but you're going to be very familiar this year. It says STO. That's short for store. Okay, so negative 1, we're going to store it in for, what did we just solve for? X. So everyone remember your X button up there? Store it in for X. That's what your calculator's doing. Enter. Now you're going to type in the left side of your problem right now, the left side of the equal sign with the X's and everything. So get out a fraction template, type in the left side. I'll do it with you. So x plus 2 over x minus 2 minus 4/3. And then you're just going to hit enter to see the answer. So my answer on the left side is negative 5/3. Now you're going to type in the right side and better hope for what answer? Negative 5/3. We got the correct one if we did. So now type in the right side. Alpha y equals 5 over x minus 2. All right, there we go. We got the right answer. We can actually check if we did it right. Okay, by storing in our answer. We should get the same value on both sides. Questions, comments there? That was just your first one. Going? Oh. Let me know. Anybody? Yep, go ahead, sir. I'm not going to, but look at how long did that just take? Here's my point, Sarah. How long did that just take us? Under a minute. And you guys type on your calculator like you text, so probably you guys can do it a lot quicker than I can. And you're guaranteed to know that you got the right answer. And you're going to see in a couple of minutes here, Sarah, when we do another problem, maybe you do want to do it because sometimes you might not, you think you have the right answer, but actually you don't. Okay? All right, everyone good? All right, next up. Everyone see the equal sign. That means you need solve for x. X equals at the end. And I keep stressing this because all we've done is I get a fraction at the end. I get a fraction at the end. I get a fraction at the end, right? Now you have to notice I have an equal sign here, so I need x equals at the end of this problem, which means find a common denominator first. Before we do, suggestions? I wouldn't find a common denominator yet.
Just some back.
The last one, do multiply times 12 x 7.
Perfect. You got to factor everything first before I determine a common denominator. So right underneath it, that's fine. X plus, I'm not even going to ask anybody because we should be above and beyond this point. X plus 3 and x plus 4. All right, off to the side, I like to just write, hey, what's my common denominator here? All right, what do you got? What's my common denominator? What's in common? First, let me ask, what's in common? And x
X
plus 3 is in common. And then
plus
x plus 4 is in common. Do I have any leftovers to throw in? Yes, no? Okay, so you found it. That's what we're going to multiply all three fractions by now. Ready? Multiply the first fraction by x plus 3 and x plus 4. $12. Zach, what crosses out?
The x plus 3.
X plus 3's cross out. Remember, your goal is to get rid of those denominators. What's left, Zach, to multiply?
X plus 4.
And
5.
5, go ahead, distribute.
5x plus 20.
Yep. Next, multiply this by anything cancel out in that one. They always should cancel out if you pick the right common denominator. Elizabeth, what cancels out here?
plus 4.
Yep. What are you going to end up multiplying?
The 3.
Oh, come on.
Oh, the x plus 3.
And what? You're right.
The 3. And
No, it's not a 3 though.
Oh, the negative 3.
Negative 3. So minus 3x minus 9. Watch out. All right. We're getting better at it though. I know that. Equals. Oh, look what happened here, kids. Huh? What happened here when I start crossing out on that other side of the equal sign? 5, nope. Sarah, what's happening here? What crosses out?
X plus 3. X plus 4.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep, so I don't need to multiply by anything. I'm just going to put equal to 21. Get rid of the denominators. And hopefully you guys can take it from here. Two x plus 11 equals 21. 2x equals 10. X equals 5, hopefully. So let's go back to our calculator. Now I'm going to take 5, store it in for x. Takes under a minute. Okay, so I should get 7/24. Let's see. Boom. Questions from you guys? Now, after this next one, you'll understand why the check's important. Anything? All right, we're going to get a little tougher now. Buckle up. Buckle up. Again, look for the darn equal sign. You know, hey, I got to solve for x, which means get rid of the denominators. Okay, nothing to factor on the bottom, like the last one. What do you think here for a common denominator? Well, what do they have in common?
X.
Okay, I see an x, so I'll throw that in there. Any leftovers? I got it. It's all of it though. Like you got to treat these as three separate things. X, x, and x plus 1 is one whole thing together. So yes, I have x in common. What's left over though? X plus 1. So it's x times x plus 1. Okay, it's going to get a little messy now. Relax, relax. Here we go. So I'm going to multiply this one by x times x plus 1. What crosses out? Oh, Mike. X is going to cross out. Now, this is the first time we've done this today, or actually probably all year. Mike, what are the two things I need to multiply now?
X and X. And
Well, no, well, x plus 1 times.
X plus 1 times X plus 1.
Okay, we haven't done this yet this year, I think. X plus 1 times x plus 1. I think what I'll do is I'll leave that there, and then we'll get back to it at the end, and we'll talk, remember, FOIL and double distribute. Okay, that's what happens here. But let's keep going, and we'll come back and clean it up. Next fraction. What cancels out in the second fraction? 12, Zach, what cancels out?
X.
Yep. So what are the two things I need to multiply here now?
X plus 1, X minus 1.
Okay, so plus x minus 1 times x plus 1. That's going to be another double distribute FOIL one. Oh. Everyone all right so far, where this is all coming from? Equals. Go ahead, that third fraction. You got it. You got it. X times x plus 1. What's going to cancel out there? Ryan, what's going to cancel out?
X plus 1.
Yep. What are you going to end up multiplying then?
X times X and 6.
Yep, so really, I can do that. I don't need to write that. So x squared plus 6x. Okay, you guys ready? Ready to FOIL? Double distribute. Well, I don't know what you call it. I call it double distribution. Maybe you called it FOIL in the past. So I get x squared plus x. Now distribute the 1. I get x again plus 1. Sorry, I'm going so slow here. You guys can go ahead of me. Just we haven't done this year yet, so just want to review. Plus, here we go. Now I got to do the same thing with these two. X squared. Ready? Plus x here. Minus x. And then minus 1. Okay, take your time. We got a lot of like terms there, don't we? Question, Jeremy?
It'll be 2x squared.
Okay, hold on. Ready? I got x squared, which gives me 2x squared. Not not x to the 4th. We're not multiplying. Wow, I got a lot of x's up there. 1, 2, 3, minus 1, and now I have, what, 2x left?
Yeah.
Plus 2x? And what's the deal with the 1s? They're gone. Yep, they're gone. So I'm just left with all that on the left, 2x squared plus 2x. Ooh. Ooh, it's been a while. What's the deal now? I got to get x by itself. Remember, I need x equals. Anybody remember what I should do from here? What's up, Jeremy? Got a thought?
Maybe what you can do is could you bring the x squared from the other side over to the left side, and then you bring the 2x over to the other side.
Oh, you're on the right track. You want to bring one side over, so one side's equal to 0. Okay, make one side equal to 0, because you guys are going to end up factoring. Not now, though. All right, but you can only factor when one side is equal to 0. And what's the best thing to move? If I move this 2x squared over, what am I going to end up with here on the right side if I move it over? 3x? I'm going to move it over by subtracting, right? A negative. Do I like negative x squareds? No, I want to try to keep my x squareds positive. So what I'm going to suggest is, if you're going to move one side over, make it the right side. So minus x squared over. Make one side equal to 0. So I get x squared plus 2x equals 6x. How do I bring the 6x over? Subtract it as well. So x squared minus 4x equals 0. Once you get it equal to 0, now your factoring ability takes over. What do you want me to do? How can I factor that? By the way, a lot of you guys did this on your quiz. That's not difference of two perfect squares. You tried to do x plus 2x minus 2. 4x isn't a perfect square, but you can take out a what? Go ahead, take out an x, everybody. What's left? X minus 4. All right, we're almost done now. If you want to know what x equals, set each of them equal to 0, including your GCF. So we're going to say the GCF, x equals 0. And what are you going to get when you set x minus 4 equal to 0? What's going to be your other value of x? Negative 4? Positive 4. So how many answers did I get out here?
2.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Maybe. Potentially 2. Potentially 2. All right, you ready? Go ahead, grab those calculators. Everyone store in 0 for x. Try the left side out. Something wrong, Claire?
Yeah, mine keeps saying error.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. It's contagious. Getting a little error action? Anybody getting a little error action when you plug in 0? Oh, are you? Oh, you're getting error out, are you? Well, yes, that's going to mean 0 is not going to be an answer, but why though? Look, x equals 0. Plug 0 in for x here. What did we talk about earlier on in the unit? Cannot have 0 in the denominator. What was that vocabulary word? Makes it undefined. That's why that's why your calculator's giving you an error. Because it's saying, hey, hi, you can't put 0 in the denominator. So guess what? Can I accept 0 as an answer? No. Oh boy. There we go. What happened? Oh geez. There it is. Back again. So I'm going to take 0. There it is. I'm going to take 0, and fellas, much like your dating life, rejected. Okay? Good? You pick that up, Zach?
Yeah.
Good. I laid it on pretty thick. And then you check 4, and yes, 4 would work. We don't need to waste the time, but 4 would work. So, Sarah, going back to your question, that's why we do it. Okay? Now, could you know, 0, you look at the problem, I can't have 0 in the denominator, and then reject it? Yeah, that's fine. But also your calculator is going to give you an error if you miss that. Questions? Yes, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Is it, if we get like one answer of 0 in a problem, is there always going to be another answer?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No,
But
and
does that
if
mean
you
zero's
get
wrong?
0, that doesn't mean rejection either,
Okay.
because 0 could work sometimes.
Okay.
Yes. Other questions? Okay, I'm going to have you guys try one on your own to end class here. And it's not going to be number 4. Let's go to number 1. I'll start you off a little bit. All right, I'll start you off. What's going to be my common denominator here for number 1? What do we think? Look at it.
D times
D times.
D minus 2.
Correct. There's nothing in common. Those two denominators, all three actually, nothing in common. So I write the leftovers. D times D minus 2. I'm giving you this one. Here's the common mistake. How many fractions are up here?
2.
No.
3.
Yeah. You see that 1 on the right side? Hey, take a look. Take a look. This 1 also has to get multiplied by D times D minus 2. Except, is there going to be anything to cross out? No. Okay, that's a 1 common mistake. Kids see a 1 and not a fraction. Oh, I won't even do anything. No. Everything's got to get multiplied by the common denominator. All right, go ahead. See how far you can go. So I multiply this one by D times D minus 2. What crosses out first? Cross out the numerator with the denominator. Multiply what's left. Get one side equal to 0 and see if you can factor. Distribute that. Right. No, you got to distribute. Right, because it's 1 times D, which is D, and then you distribute here. So plus D. You could do 1 D or just plus D. Equals, no, you got to distribute here. Right, because it's D times D minus 2. So D squared. Okay, and then move everything over to one side. Okay, so we should have ended up factoring. No, oh, my heart here. No. You see what you had up here? First combine, which you got 3D, right? Minus 4 equals, remember, don't factor until one side is equal to 0. You tried factoring here already. Move this over here. Get one side equal to 0 and factor. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I need you to.
Yeah,
that's
what I was.
And then move everything over so you get one side equal to 0.
So how would anything go about distributing these squares?
So d squared minus 2d. Yep. No. I want, because see how that d squared is positive? Keep it positive. So move all of this over here. See what I mean? So this becomes 3d. Yep, equals d squared minus 2d. Now, that's already positive. Because if you try to move it, it's going to become negative, and I don't know how to deal with that. So keep it there. Now move this over there and factor. Okay? Have a good weekend. Behave.